And the recording's in progress. Hello, everybody. How are you? It's Monday. Yeah. And I had last week, boy, we went out. We got a little, our what do you call it? Shot, our COVID shot and flu shot, and I got so sick. It was ridiculous. It was just absurd. But anyway, so hey, we're here. We're ready to go again. Not doesn't look like we're going to have a lot of people here today because a lot of people wrote me and said they weren't going to be able to get here. Charlene Solis, for instance, said she isn't going to be able to make it. So let's see who we're going to have, and we'll give it a try. Okay, let's see. Let's just start admitting everybody. Well, we're off to a somewhat of a start here. There's of course the lovely and attractive Marjorie Miller,
Hey,
and there is of course Paula Levin.
hello.
How
Hello.
are you, Paula? And Francine Witt. Hello, Francine. And
Hey.
Charlie Wallace. And
Hey,
of course, the lovely and attractive Len LaFrisco, followed by, of course, Edward Berger.
That's right.
I forgot to ask you, Edward, when your show is going to run, the
Well,
one.
I saw a lot of them, but the best day to really get a glimpse of me would be the 9th of December.
oh, December
9th of
9th.
December?
You'll
Yeah.
remind us.
All right, I'll remind you.
And now, did you do have any of the other shows run?
Oh no, they start the Tuesday before Thanksgiving and they run to New Year's Eve. I mean,
Oh,
they're
Wow.
not every day, but
well, no, but with the ones you were there for.
yeah, yeah. I was there the day before Thanksgiving, December 9th, 10th, and 11th, and December
Well,
29,
remind us
30, and 31. Yeah, I'll remind you.
ahead of time, and
Wow.
we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
we can try and see if we can see you on
yeah.
screen. Do
Uh,
you know if you're in a place where they were actually shooting people?
yeah, well, no, well, on the 9th, I know they called somebody in my row, so you'll definitely see me that day.
Okay. What did you give the maybe give the camera the finger?
Yeah, no, they wouldn't like that.
Say, how many times do I have to
No,
come
no.
here in order to deal with this?
I told you they don't like complainers.
No, they don't.
Well, just before we came on the air today, we got news that Jimmy Kimmel will return
Mhm.
tomorrow
Yeah,
night.
I
yeah.
saw
Oh,
that.
I saw that. Yeah.
I figured that was what was going to happen. Uh, Disney Disney likes to avoid problems. That's why they paid $15 million rather than fight the Stephanopoulos suit. But when it comes to things like this, they don't give in easily. But they claim they took him off so they could back off a little bit and get away from the heat of the moment and then deal with it now. And they seem to be very happy to have him go back on. And Marjorie said, "Well, I wonder what he's going to say." And I said, "Jimmy has always been very good at parsing these kind of situations. He knows that he can't go in there. He can't go in there looking anything less than the person that he always is. But he also has to realize that he has to somehow state what went on. And I think the best thing for him to say is, hey, a lot of people are saying I said stuff that clearly, if you go back and listen to it, I did
Yeah.
not say, and it wasn't intended to go after Charlie Kirk or his family. It was purely intended as a comment about those people who were using Charlie Kirk. And if he does that as simply as that, that's it. That's all she wrote. But he hasn't had a chance to answer the critics. And they're going, "Oh, he said horrible things about Charlie Kirk. God forbid."
No, he didn't.
But he
Nope.
didn't say anything
He
about
didn't say
Charlie Kirk. He was
anything.
talking about the people who were using the Charlie Kirk situation to inflame people against certain people, basically.
Yeah.
And that they were using Charlie Kirk So
Mhm.
yeah, it's fine. But Trump is now going to be all pissy about it
I'll
because he
bet.
didn't get his way. I know we don't talk politics that much here, but this thing has been something that, well, it appeals to me because it's what I did all my life.
They have all but canonized this guy. I don't understand why he's such an important thing in our lives now. I'd never heard of him until last week.
He's not an important thing in our lives. He's an important thing
Well,
in Trump's life.
Well,
well,
to begin with, I can't figure out, is it a religious movement or is it a political movement? Or is it a
Yes.
political movement masquerading as a religious movement?
Got it right
mm,
there.
Okay.
yeah,
Money.
yeah.
I can't figure out what it was exactly, but since my usual feeling about things is, fuck religion. I mean, here's another case of religion just making lives miserable. And I mean, I agree. Nobody should be shot because he has an opinion. Um,
We all do. We all think
we
that.
all do, and so we can relate to that. We would, but you've got to realize that Charlie Kirk made the lives of certain people miserable in this country through his opinions, and perhaps made their lives a little more in danger because of what he said. So. You know, Mandy, have you ever heard of this guy Charlie Kirk before this?
Yeah, I had.
Yeah, well, I would think down in your part of the country, it's a talking point.
I guess maybe I just had seen him online, just in different.
Huh? What'd you say?
I had just seen him online, just here and there. And I think I saw him on Bill Maher one time, like on his podcast. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew he was just a national, Christian nationalist, and he was very, very conservative. Just women shouldn't be on birth control. They should, all that kind of crap.
Oh, right, right.
Right in the kitchen.
So I didn't have any use for him. I was whatever.
Wait a minute. He said that women should be kept in the kitchen, and I don't like him?
He had trad wife.
Huh?
His wife was a trad wife, except she has her own business.
Well, I mean,
Different for her.
well, she now has a business
Yeah.
full time, you know. But and this thing that went on yesterday it almost looked like I was watching one of those big, mega churches. And what was going on was a mega church,
Yeah.
mhm.
Had your hand raised, Paula.
Oh, Jimmy Kimmel. I thought that I read that they're not sure about the local stations, whether they're going to carry him.
Well, you know something? I'll tell you what gives with the local stations. They have to deal with their local audience and what their local audience is going to do as a result of it, and how much is going to hurt their particular business. So
Right.
the fact that they're just threatening, that's one thing. But do they want the result of what happens? So they have to deal with those audiences locally who are going to complain and say, "Where's Jimmy?"
Yeah.
And ABC can just put it on another local station. That's another thing they could do. There's
Mm,
also one other possibility I heard of that, you got to remember there's Hulu and there's Disney Plus, and they run Kimmel on
mhm.
those outlets. And that's a pretty big outlet for them. So why worry about the local stations when local TV is going the way of the dodo?
Yeah.
So I don't think that what Iger did was under any kind of pressure, but I think that what he did do was not bow to pressure, and I think that he just felt that probably if they looked at it, they probably felt Kimmel didn't say anything terrible either, you know.
They felt that before they kicked him off the air.
Well, I don't know that. I think what they wanted to do is there was a heat of the moment and they wanted to let the temperature come down before they made their decision.
But it was
Okay.
the moment was based on a complete false
Well,
I
you're absolutely
Right.
right. You're absolutely right. But there still was a heat of the moment, and they had to wait for that to kind of subside a little bit. And now they're doing this, and they know it's going to piss the hell out of Trump. And I think they're very happy it's going to piss the hell out of Trump.
Don't you think this is a monetary thing though, because they've lost so much money in the last week?
yeah,
Uh,
20% of their subscribers quit.
well, I think that was stupid of their subscribers. Okay, I don't think that had any kind of effect on the decision that ABC made. I honestly believe that ABC made the decision ABC was going to make in the first place. And the reason I never canceled was I knew that I'd only have to re-up my subscription, and actually wouldn't have had time to lapse. If I quit, it wouldn't have had time to lapse before this thing went the other way. So I saw no reason to cancel it until I knew what was going to happen. And if Disney went, "Oh no, this is a permanent thing. We're not gonna, then I would have canceled all my Disney stuff, you know.
So, so what you're saying is it makes sense to me because it's like that that issues of big business are not resolved about big ideas. They're resolved about what serves their purposes and what affects money.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
All the editorial people, or this is the end of the country and all the rest of it. Meanwhile, from your picture, it's these guys are meeting and they're not even taking that into consideration. They're really
well,
talking about.
right now there are people re-upping now for Disney,
Yeah.
who went out of their way to get rid of it. And actually, they didn't have time for their subscription to, like mine's a yearly, I believe. No, 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 it's monthly. Excuse
It's
me.
every
It's
month for
monthly.
mine, yeah.
Yeah, it is monthly. I've got the full Hulu package where I get all my local TV stations and everything through it.
Yeah, well, that makes sense to me because it's always been the case, hasn't it? I mean, like what we see on TV is behind the scenes of it's a corporate decision and it's about customers.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. And I think, money talks and nobody walks. So Uh, yes, Rhoda, I just thank you for mentioning it. She says, just joined. I'm not sure if you heard about Kimmel, as he's back on tomorrow. And yeah, it was, you know, I'm very delighted about it. I'm a big fan of Kimmel's.
Me
So is
too.
Marjorie, and
Yeah,
and we wait for him every day.
we do.
And it in the light of what happened to Colbert, if we saw that happen to Kimmel, it's just not nice, you know. Uh, it's not nice. But I'll tell you something. I got to tell you, and this is again, we're getting political here, but God, you can't keep your mouth shut these days, you know. But I got to tell you that I've been very distressed about this because really, we're living in a dictatorship now,
Yeah.
you know, and there's no other way of putting it, and when you try to intimidate free flow and thought and ideas on the air because you don't like what they have to say. I mean, the other day, the president was saying 75% of all these networks and all the stuff that's on these networks is anti-Trump. Well, do something good, Donald. Do
Yeah.
something that isn't ridiculous that you can make fun of. And maybe people will say nicer things about you. But when you're the object of derision, you're the object of derision because, quite frankly, well, I don't find them hilarious, but you are being hilarious. There's something for comedians to make fun of every night. You've been a godsend to Jimmy Kimmel and to Jimmy Fallon, who's less of that, About the only person, though, of all of them, I mean, Colbert said certain things that were, very important. And Fallon made a small statement about it and so on. But the one who really went to work on this last night was John Oliver.
Yes,
Oh, yes. That was wonderful.
he was great.
John Oliver just, And today, The View finally said something about it. The View hasn't said a word about it. And now they figured, well, we better because now Trump wants to get us off the air.
Yeah, he was going after them, and they hadn't even said anything.
Yeah. Well, I think for the time being, this is the last that Trump's going to pick on you know on ABC. All right. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'm trying to drink coffee and wake myself up. And let me see here. What else was there? Oh, yeah. So this is our next week will be our last week for 2 weeks. I can't see a way I can do it. Okay. I might be able to we might do some stuff with Marjorie and I, but to do the kind of thing we do here is kind of an impossibility because the only way I can put it out is over YouTube because I somehow on my iPad it won't work using Facebook. So
Don't
it'll
sweat
be
over
about,
it, Alex. Have a good vacation. Enjoy yourself.
well, now that's the other thing. Marjorie and I are dreading this vacation.
We are.
Maybe you can talk us down, everybody. We
Alex,
we are dreading this vacation. But tell them a few of your fears, Marjorie.
First of all, it's a 9.5 hour flight. Okay, I could
That's
deal with
okay.
that.
You take a Xanax with you.
Yeah, exactly. However, we are on a huge, what's the name of the ship?
The gigantic.
The gigantic
Virgin something or other. Yeah.
It's a huge ship.
air ship.
Yeah, but it's not, in comparison to a lot of ships, it is not huge.
Well,
Yeah.
to
Talk
me,
huge. There is one they have out there that's 10,000 people.
oh, God
Yeah.
forbid.
This thing is only 27,000.
2,700.
2,700.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
2,700. But we don't know that there are going to be that many people on the ship this time of year either. You know.
May not be 100%.
Yeah. But nevertheless, and we have a very nice suite,
Under a dance floor.
No.
Oh,
you don't know, Marjorie, how noisy that's going to be.
We're
And
right under it.
believe me, when it comes to sleeping, it couldn't be any noisier than this neighborhood.
And if it gets to be too much, go right downstairs and tell them that this is too noisy. Can you please move us? And they will.
Yeah.
They'll move all your stuff.
No, I'm going to ask them to move the dancing.
Yeah, yeah. You know what?
they're not going to be dancing at 2 o'clock in the morning. They'll be dancing.
No, we could say we didn't expect this. And what do you have that we could have? They probably want to give us a cabin, but we don't want that. Either that or they'll allow us to upgrade to something else.
Yeah.
I'm going to show up and bring my tap shoes.
I'll tell you, no, but I got to tell you, I mean, I really wish, we can fit four people in our room. I mean, I don't know if
Well,
I would want to,
you would not want to.
but there are rooms which are even bigger, which 4 people, you'd want to
Yeah.
bring 4 people with you,
Okay, you do need to stop with the dreading. Start thinking about how lovely it's going to be. The weather's going to be beautiful. The trip over is going to be great. You're going to see places you've never seen before. The ship's going to be beautiful.
What do you mean? I'm not getting off the
We're not
ship.
getting off the ship.
When you look out the window,
From the
when you look
deck.
out the window, you see it. And get off the damn ship one time, just
Yeah.
once.
I think
Somewhere.
probably I can probably do the walking. I'm beginning to believe that, I'm too worried about that,
Don't go too far. Get off. Go to the local area there. See the couple of the shops.
I'll
Stop and have a
I'll
cup
go
of
to
coffee.
the anchor, I'll look at it.
Maybe you should tie yourself to it.
Yeah.
Well, you have taken several cruises, am I right?
20 plus.
Oh,
Huh?
my
20.
20 plus.
So you know what to expect once you
Yep.
get on a cruise.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of them have been big ones, right? Huge ones.
Almost all of them, yes.
And some of them been the Vikings, I think you've taken are rather smaller, much smaller,
Correct.
you know.
Correct.
What we're thinking of doing is for you people out in California, I've been invited in January, between the 15th and the 1st of February.
February.
February. Uh, to do a show on a Saturday night for a thing called the Sketch Fest in
Yep.
San Francisco.
I've been talking to Bubbles about that for a week.
Yeah. And they want to fly I and Lori out, meaning I can leave Marjorie home, thank God.
Oh,
I'm
see, that's
coming.
what's sad about it.
What we've thought about, what we've considered doing is as long as that happens, then we'll go out there and then we'll grab a boat somewhere, you know. Marjorie and I don't know. I really would like to do the Galapagos. I just don't know physically we're as capable of it as we'd like to think we are.
Yeah.
But we don't, huh?
I have a question for Len. Um, you've been on so many cruises. Before you go, are you ever anxious about going? Okay.
Not for 5 minutes.
Have you ever been anxious about going?
No, no, I'm a planner. So there's no surprises for me. I've got everything
You,
figured
you
out.
don't you don't pack much, do you?
Well, I packed more than I probably should have at
Yeah.
times. Nowadays, it's getting less and less as I get older because I don't give a
I mean,
shit.
we're just going to take a pair of jeans and I'm going to take a shirt that I can wear over my t-shirts.
Yeah,
And
I don't think they have any formal nights anymore on these ships. I think they've pretty much dropped
their
that.
no, their big night is wear something red and come
Oh, brother.
Yeah, Marjorie and I were really going for the dancing is what we're going for.
Yeah. You guys will be just fine. Get off if you feel like you can. Don't if you don't want to. The food will be great. The entertainment will be great. You'll be fine.
Entertainment?
What?
Yeah, there'll be
Yeah, there's all
entertainment.
kinds of
There'll be
shows.
shows.
They have
Shows?
they have a great trans performer.
Oh, God. Help me.
They do. And I don't know, she sings all kind of songs and things like that, you know.
And then there's smaller showrooms where you'll walk by and you'll hear music and you just go in and sit down and listen to some nice music. It's wonderful.
There's
Yeah,
nothing
one of
singing.
the best shows I saw was Bowser from Sha Na Na.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
I had Ben Vereen on one of my cruises.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm
Whoa.
telling you, they have some good shows.
Yeah. He came and sat with us after the show and talked because we had a couple women with us, and he was,
Oh, yeah.
he was
You've been on a cruise, have you, Charlie?
I've been on 6 cruises. Yeah.
there. You go.
Really? I'm going to be happy to say that I've done one, you know. Yeah, well, yeah, we might come back and say we had a great time. It was an amazingly good time that we had.
You will. Yeah. You'll be tired, but you'll be okay. You'll be fine.
I'm tired already.
Exactly.
But we're just thinking of, I'm thinking of bringing what do you call it? Couple of pairs of pants, couple of pairs of khaki pants, a pair of shoes. That's all I need, one pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Underwear.
Underwear
Yeah.
and a bunch of underwear. But you see, the thing is, you can, just put your clothes out to be cleaned every night,
Well, yeah, they'll charge you for it, but I think.
No, they don't.
Oh, this one doesn't? Oh, nice.
No, we have a suite.
Yeah.
Fine.
And we get everything. in
For
the
the
suite.
suite.
The only thing we don't get with the suite is anything more than basic Wi-Fi. I've got to pay extra for the.
Not worth it. You don't want it. You don't even want it. You don't want to be talking to anybody. You don't want anything.
I want Wi-Fi so Marjorie and I can get up
Oh,
to our little things every day and show people where we are and
yeah.
and then complain
have time
every
for that.
minute of the trip.
There you go. There you go.
And have an outlet for those complaints.
I'm really looking forward to that.
I mean, but the food is all free.
Sure.
They have a completely stocked bar in the room,
And we're near an elevator.
which will
That's
never.
good.
Although I am thinking this is my one chance, and I've never had the chance to become an alcoholic.
You should totally do it.
I drank more than that week-long cruise, and I did the whole rest of the year.
That's right.
I probably will drink more on this cruise than I've had in my entire life.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, why? Well, I gotta make it worth
Yeah.
my while, you know.
Champagne.
There you go.
Oh, we
Yeah.
get a bottle of Corbel the first day we're there.
Boddicker's leaving the conversation.
You're on
If you want to join us, we got all booze we want.
Hey, I'm
too much.
I was turning my fan on because it's a little warm in the house. I can still hear you.
So when you come out in January, Alex, we're gonna have to hang out somewhere. We're gonna have to do some stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, with that, we'll be doing probably for sure. And I wouldn't mind going out for that. You know, I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm unemployed now, so I can
Wait a
meet
minute.
you on the cruise and take care of you.
Wait a minute.
What?
You're
Wait. What do you mean?
You can't keep
Oh,
a job.
I'm back here. I'm back here. What do you mean you're?
What did you do?
Wait. Did
No,
you?
the stupid company I'm working for, like, just splurged during COVID, and now they're paying for it, and they cannot recover. So I'm gone. Bye. I'm consulting there for another couple months, but yeah.
Did you have a contract with them?
I was regular employee, and then I went back to contracting because I'm going to look for another job because, yeah.
Yeah, you won't have any
So
trouble.
is your H-1B no good anymore?
100,000.
$100,000. So you're unemployed. Wow.
Well, yeah, I'm technically a consultant for a couple more months, but this, some companies just spend a lot of money during COVID, and now they come out of COVID, and they've been out of COVID for over a year, and they're still spending too much money. So I've been trying to save them money on a lot of stuff, but it's just getting too late now. So board of directors can get tired of things pretty quick.
So
So
what are they doing? They're
That's a
closing
shame.
down the company?
no, just part of their product division. So
And that's the part you're part of.
no, actually, I'm helping them save the stuff that they're working on, but it's just too late. It's too far. So
Oh, well,
That's a shame.
that's a shame. But yeah, I know you, and I know your abilities, and I know you'll have no trouble finding another job.
or you can rent me for your cruise, and I will take care of you, drunk and everything. I will make sure you get back to your bed.
He's your butler.
Make sure you don't fall. I'll catch you in case
Yeah. Wow.
Then I'll let Marjorie go out and hang out with all the other guys.
There you go.
I'll make sure you get home.
You'll be the dance guy up there dancing with her.
Well, we took this because we heard that it was a adults only cruise,
Yeah.
right?
It sounds like
We didn't realize that the adults that are there are children.
The adults are very young on a Virgin cruise. Yes, I would agree.
Well,
God.
we're in a rock star suite.
Yeah.
And if we went one rock star one rock star suite higher, it would have guitars in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Virgin likes to keep this, this little.
If you two survive this trip, then you should go on a Viking next time.
Yeah, Viking sounds like a good idea. Again, Marjorie would love to do the Galapagos, but
Oh, I would.
You actually have to get off the boat if you do that.
Yeah, you do.
yeah, absolutely, and sit with a turtle.
Right.
Well, Shecky went there, and he
Yep.
sent me back pictures of him with turtles.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, if you bring me
Hmm?
if you bring me to the first cruise, if you go to Galapagos, I'm half off on the second cruise. I'll give you a
Half
great
off it.
bargain for the second one.
You're half off anyway.
tell you the one I would love to take is the one that Shecky got too sick on and had to get off the boat, and
Yeah.
that is Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Yep.
begin with, those boats are small. It's about, I think, did he say he spent $30,000, something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah. But I've seen things of it. What's his name? The neuroscientist or the astrophysicist.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil
The
deGrasse
grass, yeah.
Tyson. There was a video he did of his trip to Antarctica because they gave him a free trip there. And he said this was on his bucket list. And what we saw was gorgeous, right, Marjorie?
Yeah.
That's some rough water down there, though, I'll tell you.
Well, it's not supposedly that rough. I mean, if you take it easy, and you don't push yourself. But then I remembered what Checky said before
Yeah.
his last piece of advice. And, he said, just remember, there's nothing like the smell of 1 million penguins shitting. He said the penguin shit, the smell would make you gag. He said it looks cute when they're standing there and it's a photograph and it's a video. But when you're there and the penguin's standing next to you, you want to start gagging.
Mm.
That's so romantic.
That's why I'm bringing Marjorie.
Oh.
He's used to the smell already. This will be fun.
How you doing, Mandy?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. I knew that if I asked you, you would know who Charlie Kirk was because in your part of the country, he probably is kind of a given, right?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I live in it tried to go blue at one point. No, I just have Facebook friends too that were completely crashing out and devastated. And
Devastated.
yeah, made me question some of my relationships with people. Like,
Well, I mean, you really should.
I know. I was like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand either. And it was just to begin with, it was almost like I watched that whole some of that thing they did for him down in Arizona yesterday.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't think Jews are allowed. It just I didn't feel included,
Hmm.
unless I, of course, wanted to find Christ.
What was crazy?
Stephen Miller was there.
Who?
Stephen Miller was there. That's
Trump guy.
The only Jew in the building.
really.
What were you saying, Mandy?
What got me was the fact that they had Trump, Vance, and Mike Johnson all there. I think they were even all on Air Force One. It's like you got everybody in the same place at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
like
good.
that's pretty stupid.
Hey, we didn't think about that one, did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they had to have at least one designated survivor.
Did they give the guy? Did
Kiefer.
they give the guy
Kiefer.
his rifle back? You know.
I don't think so.
I
Yeah.
think it threw it away.
Yeah. Nobody's been, and they're now trying to attribute. What was I seeing? They were doing a whole thing about people, about what do you call it? About trans people, and
There's no telling. And they were also selling merch. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't
we're
want
selling
merchandise sold at my
merch
funeral.
at a funeral.
Funeral? Gee,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a funeral technically; it was a memorial.
memorial. Yeah.
Oh.
That's
But
just-
still, you're selling merch at a memorial service.
So tacky. So
Oh,
sad.
God. You can't make this stuff up.
You know something, you can't. That's the sad part about it. I wish you could make this stuff up.
Yeah.
But if somebody wrote some kind of futuristic novel about this, nobody would believe it. They say,
Nope.
it's not realistic,
Mhm.
Right.
But anyway, how you doing, Ray? We don't normally see you here. Good to
Yeah, well, it popped up on my Facebook, and I said, I'll join in.
Yeah, well, we'd love to have you here,
And
Ray.
I was thinking, you got a big enough suite, Brian could fit in there.
I got nothing else to do.
No, there's a couch that can be made into a bed and hold two people. So you can bring
A date.
you can bring your daughter too. But first when we first get to Greece, we go to the hotel. She booked us a $400 a night hotel, so I figure it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And it looks out on the Parthenon, the room.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, huh?
Did you see the documentary about the cruise ship where the electricity went out with a fire?
We saw that.
Oh, Jesus.
Saw that. Yeah, we saw that.
Oh, I think you should
Don't-
rewatch
Poop
it.
cruise.
And
Poop cruise.
the poop cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched that about the time we were trying to book a vacation. And Marjorie said, "Well, let's go on an adult only cruise. That's got to be a smaller amount of people." And she's right. It's only 2,700 people.
But they're all nudists.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's about as much crew as there is people
Yeah.
on the cruise. Yeah. I mean, and the food, looks great. They say the food on this Virgin cruise is probably one of the best menus on of any cruise ship anywhere. So, What did you take, Charlie? What
I've taken Royal Caribbean and Carnival.
Yeah, Royal Caribbean looks okay.
Oh, I love the cruise.
Do they
yeah, that's my favorite.
they allow kids on Royal Caribbean?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they
encourage.
encourage them.
And
Oh God.
screw that.
If you want a very international experience, go on an MSC.
There you go.
MSC? What
That
is,
was the last one I went on.
oh,
It was
really?
very European.
Was it good?
Yes.
Well, I guess that's
Yeah.
the answer.
There was some
We'll
good
go
things
there
about it.
next time, right?
There was some good things about it, but
Yeah. Paula, you ever take a cruise at all?
One, and it was absolutely wonderful. It was the Italian line, which doesn't exist anymore, but I loved every minute of it, and it was amazing. It was a wonderful experience.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh, absolutely.
see, Marjorie, we might have a good time.
Maybe.
y'all
You're
were
gonna have a
cracking
good
me
time.
up. You're
I
just
mean, it's going to be 3 days before we leave the room.
Easily.
Adrian would love it if you took her on a Disney cruise.
There you go.
Disney. Oh yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
there's hardly any kids on that.
Adrian, come here. Uncle Alex has something to tell you.
Surprise.
Is Adrian there?
No, I got
your adoptive grandparents are going to take you on a Disney cruise.
Oh boy. Yeah, no, I don't know I guess a Disney cruise is great if you got kids and things like that. I mean,
It is.
it's a
I-
good family vacation.
And I pushed all the kids off the water slide so I can get up there before them all. So it's really good. You can cut right in front of the line of the kids and they can do anything.
Well, I noticed something on one of these cruises because I was looking at a lot of different cruises on the on YouTube, and one of them has swings that go out.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking, you really
yeah.
want to do that?
But the water slides are fun. And I've been on one that had go-kart racing.
Oh
Yep.
God. Oh God.
I did zip lining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First one I went on.
Is-
Zip lined across the interior of the
Oh.
ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't a water slide kind of redundant?
Oh, I hope not.
Well, we're not going into the ocean. We're just,
Oh, I was hoping it would.
as
Hey, we
far as I
lost-
know, there's no sharks in the pools.
Oh, really? Yeah, put sharks in the pool.
Yeah, those are salt water. You could totally do
Did you say you've taken one, Ray? You've taken a cruise?
Well, I rented a paddle boat at Golden Gate Park once.
Okay, fine.
that. Not the same.
Kind of it was a small cruise.
Wow. Wow.
No, I've never been on a cruise. My wife hates the idea of it, so probably never will be.
Well, Marjorie hated the idea of it. And as we got older and less mobile, the ideas seemed to appeal more and more to us. And we figured, what the hell? We've never done this. Let's give it a try. And now we're going, is there any way we can get out of this?
Oh, stop it.
We do have insurance. The
Gotta do that.
the cost of it includes the insurance.
Mm.
Now, what am I insured about? If I decide not to go, do I get to go for the insurance?
You need to break your leg.
Only some
It has
some
to be a
policies.
something
It
bad.
depends on the policy, but usually what happens is somebody will get sick and can't go. So
Yeah.
that's what you want the insurance for. So you're not out the
Then
cost.
do you have to get a note from your doctor and things like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're not giving up the money that easy.
It's an
Oh, no.
insurance company. Of course
Yeah,
not.
really.
Oh, well, I guess we're stuck, Marjorie.
I guess
Just
so.
just go.
You have one more week to complain about it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, swell.
No, I have 3 more weeks to complain about. You don't know me.
Just put an ad in like Craigslist or something. Need to be exposed to COVID ASAP.
I got to tell you, folks, we got this, the COVID shot. I think it
And
was
the flu shot.
flu
Yeah,
shot,
me too.
COVID shot and the flu shot. I got so sick. It was absurd. I was running a temperature of over 100,
Ooh.
and this went on for days. And
Huh.
I would take aspirin, and that would kill it. And I would go down to normal. And then I would like sleep at night and I would sweat like crazy. It had happened to me a couple of weeks earlier before this, but I think for an entirely different reason, and it cleared itself up in a day. But this thing, man, I was just I couldn't I couldn't even walk to the bathroom. Let me put it that way.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I went
Must have
out
been a
umpired
mess.
4 games the night I got the COVID and flu shot.
What? What'd you say?
I went out and umpired 4 games the same night after I got the COVID.
But everybody reacts to them differently. Every shot is different. This is a different year. This is a different shot. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I
I got mine yesterday and my arm's a little sore, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
That's the same as happened to me. It was just a little sore arm. That was it.
yeah.
Me too.
A couple of weeks earlier, I had gotten a high temperature, and then I didn't even take aspirin. I just went to sleep, sweated it out, woke up in the morning, and I was fine. So I don't know what that was about. Maybe I had COVID. I don't know.
Could have been a little 24 hours something.
It could have been a little
Could
24
have just
hours.
been a coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't have that problem anymore. I don't have any temperature now, but I still feel a little kind of loopy, and weak and so on. So anyway, what have you been doing, Francine?
Not too much. Went to see the Downton Abbey movie.
How was it?
I loved it.
Did
And
you?
now I'm watching the whole series all over again from the start. It's so good. It's so good.
But supposedly this is the last one, right?
Yeah, and I feel like it's probably that Julian Fellows didn't want anyone else to be able to touch it. It's his intellectual property. He didn't want. This is my guess, because I can't imagine why you wouldn't if you have something that you could continue. But I think he probably just didn't want anyone else to do their own version, or so.
Yeah, yeah. And he's got the Gilded Age going now, which is kind of like Downton Abbey in its own way.
I haven't checked that out, but
It's very good. It's very
I
good.
love that show.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
show. Good show. But it's pretty much a good show to watch. Also, I often tell people if you want to go back and see Downton Abbey before it was Downton Abbey, Gosford Park.
Mm-hmm.
Julian Fellows wrote Gosford Park, and it's
Oh,
basically the same structure. In fact, I think Maggie Smith is in it.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
What?
We
Gosford
missed,
Park.
you really miss Maggie Smith in the movie, you know, because she was such a great part of it.
well, it's a little hard to get her back.
Well, that's right.
Oh, no.
AI,
Right.
AI.
They could do it with
Absolutely.
AI.
Yeah.
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 But they do a little flashback at the end. That's not giving anything away. And they show all the characters that, you know, and I actually started to cry. I felt like such a dope, but
You went to a theater.
it just
You
it
went
just
to
got me, you know, to see some of the characters. I went, oh, there's Sybil.
this is
Yeah.
the characters are all in it, but does it take place at Downton Abbey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Oh, it's just like another, like it's like maybe, well, 1929 and it starts in 1912, so it's 17 years later. And just certain things have happened, and you know, of course, all the people that died during the program weren't there, but
Right. Right.
on screen or off screen weren't there. But they had enough of a story, and it was actually, you know, I didn't think it was going to be quite as entertaining as it was, but it really was very good.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
It
Like
will
if
probably
when it comes to streaming, you know, because I know you,
will
you
be
don't like
any
to go to
day
the
now.
movies, but
Which will be any day now.
yeah,
By the way, you went to a movie theater, right?
yes.
How was the movie theater?
Well, you know, that was the funny thing. Like, it was at one of these big movie theaters with the armchairs, and that's pretty much all we ever go to anymore. This one theater near Bloomingdale's, and which is not too far from us. And it has a balcony because it was in the big theater. It was almost filled up, which amazed me. I haven't seen that in ages. Usually, when we go to the movies, there's like maybe 20 people in the whole theater, which is really sad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Don't feel bad, Francine. I cried at the end of the summer I turned pretty.
oh,
Uh,
yeah,
wait a
some
minute,
things just get me, you know.
wait a minute, that's a series on television. What, you get the sheets wet? What?
No,
The year I turned pretty.
the summer I turned pretty.
The summer I turned, excuse me.
Yeah.
The summer I turned pretty. I've seen, that advertised, and I figured that was going to be a weeper, you know.
I was
I
almost kidding.
didn't mention it to Marjorie because she might have wanted to watch it.
We
It's
still
the sequel of
girlfriend.
The Summer of 42.
Oh yeah. No, it's very nostalgic. You know, if you remember your first love and all that, but really nobody has any business watching it over the age of, 25.
Well, we watched a thing called The Girlfriend
oh,
series. And it's, how can I describe it, Marjorie? It's depressing. It really is. What happens? His girlfriend, this guy gets a girlfriend, and the mother doesn't like the girlfriend, and one thing leads to another. It turns into a horrible situation, you know. But I won't tell you in case you want to watch it. Where is it? What service was it on?
I don't remember.
That's the kind of thing that's happening now. I forget I'll be watching something and then I'll forget what service it was
Yeah.
on.
Sure.
There's so many of them.
yeah.
We have all of them.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
So I mean, I really wish we did something about it, and only had like one or two, but Disney was working on it for us. We're going to be down to one or two, but unfortunately, Disney
Really?
suddenly had a change of heart. So,
The internet says it's on Amazon Prime.
it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That was where the girlfriend was. Was it girlfriend?
And that's where the summer I turned pretty was on.
And Downton Abbey too. It's on Amazon Prime.
Ah,
Wow.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Spinal Tap, the new Spinal Tap?
No.
I want to go see it on Wednesday, I think.
Well, it's going to be out like within 4 weeks, it'll be on one of the streaming outfits.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But I haven't been to the movies in couple years.
I'll
Can't
pay.
won't you let me go, please?
You're allowed to go. I'm
Yeah.
kidding you, but you know, last time Marjorie and I went to a movie theater, we swore we'd never go back. You know,
Yeah.
Which theater did you go to?
one of the comfy chairs, but
Oh,
they hadn't done anything to the chairs since the beginning of COVID,
oh yeah. So felt broke
and they were a little ratty,
The whole movie was,
down a little bit.
huh? Who said that?
I did. The whole movie theater was ratty.
Oh yeah, yeah. You would have thought that during COVID they would have said, "Well, as long as we haven't got people coming into the theater, let's
Right.
redo all the chairs. Let's do
Clean it up.
the theater, put in new rugs, you know,
Vacuum.
vacuum."
Dang.
I wouldn't want to do that.
We went back to the theater. It was like the day we left it, you know?
And that was in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's kind of shocking. I mean, I experienced it here in Akron, Ohio, but I thought it was because it was Akron, Ohio. But
No, but the movie theaters are wondering why people aren't coming to the theater.
Yeah. Yeah.
the money pulled out.
Yeah, that and the $50 it costs with popcorn.
Yeah.
Right. It's so expensive.
Well,
It's
if
so
you
expensive
got
to go.
yeah, if you got slightly better service, I would say, hey, I'll go. You know, you know, I love the movie theater experience. I love the idea that it was an experience that a group of people had at the same time.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, if they built it, people would come. There you go.
Well, if they
Hey, wait, I know that.
there are some places now where they actually serve you dinner while the movie
Right.
is on,
Yeah.
which means you got to eat it real fast, you know. But I mean, but I don't know. It's just they probably should get used to the idea that films people are going to sit at home and watch them. Why not? You've got yourself a big screen.
Yeah.
You've got yourself surround sound.
And it's only 4 to 6 weeks or whatever after, after it was in the theater, it's already on the TV.
Yeah, yeah. So why not? You know, and I can pause it when I have to go take a pee. I don't have to run out to the bathroom and come back and ask Marjorie what happened while I was gone.
Yeah, what I missed.
Right.
You know, so you get your
I
money.
saw F1 in the movie theater because I wanted to enjoy
Me
that
too.
movie.
Yeah, I saw that too in the movie theater.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well,
It was
there
really good.
Oh,
movies that I
F1. I'm
agree.
gonna go see that. I
There's
love
It's
F1.
good.
Well, there's
Yeah,
some
it's good.
movies that are a theatrical experience, but you have to really go to a theater that properly shows you that theatrical experience.
Mhm.
I mean, I remember back in the days of 3D, I went to a theater on one occasion and I put the glasses on and we started watching a movie and I looked at Marjorie and I went, this isn't in 3D.
Oh,
And all these people are sitting there in the theater with the glasses on thinking they're watching 3D.
I remember that.
And I went to got up, walked out, went to the manager of the theater, and I said, "You realize in theater 3 or whatever, the movie is not in 3D." He said, "Well, let me go look. It should be." He said, "Yeah, it's a 3D showing." I said, "Yeah."
Was that Black Panther?
No, it was I don't know, horrible creatures or
Oh.
something like that. Anyway. And so we went to the theater and he looks at it and he goes, well, it looks fine. Because I think it had like a double image anyway. But I said, no, I just put the glasses on. He said, that's not 3D. I said, well, it kind of is. And
It's 2D.
I've been a 3D fan since I was a kid. I know 3D. So I know the same picture is playing in the theater next door. It's like a half hour later, but it's next door. Let's keep your glasses on. And we went next door and I said, look at the screen. He said, you're right. It's not in 3D in that theater. I said, so what are you going to do? He said, well, we can't roll it back. So those people are going to have to think they're watching 3D and I'll give you your money back.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Well, I thought that was a crappy idea. People paid additional for the
Yeah.
3D,
Right.
Sure.
you know. So on my way out, I stole about 10 pairs of glasses so I had them at home. But I mean that's right. So when you say why are theaters having trouble, there's a perfect example.
Yeah.
No sense of showmanship, you know? It's just
Oh, wow.
sell tickets, start film, And today, they start a film and they're all on a hard drive.
Yeah.
So that's another problem. They
Yeah.
didn't know which hard drive they plugged in. And
Oh.
apparently didn't plug in the 3D hard drive.
Mm.
So, that's what happens. So I mean, so we're supposed to go to movie theaters and put up with that. But anyway, what the hell? Hey, Bodker, how you doing out there in Texas? What's new with you?
Talking to me.
Yeah, yeah, Bodker, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm just reading my phone. I've heard the
That's what
3D
you do in
story
Texas.
before.
Wait a
That's
minute.
Steve.
We're not interesting enough?
Well, I've heard that 3D story a couple of times. So.
Oh, okay, all right.
Uh,
Liz, you've been with me so long, you've heard my entire act 3 times.
I know, but I still enjoy hearing them 6, 7 more times.
Very good.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Alex. One of these days, you might go the way of, the great beyond and you won't be here. And then I'll say, I should have listened more often to all this.
Aw.
So,
Damn, just
you know,
Or you might be gone, and I'll say, why did
well, it could be. You'll probably outlive me. That's for sure. Yeah.
why did I listen to Boddicker? Gee.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I mean, so I just, I don't know, somebody I was just listening to passed away, I guess. A guy at TI, we used to go to these Monday, get-togethers, and we'd sit there and talk. And this guy, he was 89, but he'd had cancer for 20 years, and he was just,
Oh, well, I've only had cancer for a couple of years.
yeah, no, yeah, but anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting diluted here, but anyway.
No,
I'm fine. Everything's fine here. It's a little warm yet.
Boddicker I've always known all these years.
I remember, 2014, 2013, you got let go from Sirius and I got let go from TI and so I've just been kind of hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah, and you used to listen to me on Sirius. In fact,
Oh yeah. Oh
used to
yeah.
call me there.
No, only once. I called once.
Uh-huh.
Only one time. And I was not good, so I never called back.
And I agree, and I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
I never had enough.
Albert was making fun of me, so I said, I'm done. I'm out.
Oh,
geez.
okay. All right.
You know,
It's Albert's fault.
I once called you, Alex, when you were in New York, and
Mhm.
you had Stevie Wonder on.
Wow.
And I called and I said, I just called to say I love you.
Oh man.
I said that to Stevie Wonder. I said that to Stevie Wonder, and I will die on that hill.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
Stevie used to do my show. He used to show up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll tell you what he did.
Mhm.
He would show up at 3 o'clock in the morning after being in the studio, and he would bring acetates of what he had recorded that day.
Wow.
And the first time anybody heard "You Are the Sunshine of My Life" anywhere was on my show, right after he recorded.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And he did this continually for about a year or two
Yeah.
because he considered me good luck because he had gone through a bad spate with his record company and they didn't want to plug him or anything like that. So he wouldn't have the independence he wanted. So he would come on my show and play the records first, the songs first on my show, and they become hits. So I was his
Wow.
That's a great story.
That's a cool story.
It was a
Yeah.
good luck charm. But the funny story was the last time I ever saw Stevie, I was at a party here in New York. And Stevie walks in, right? And that's fine, walks in and
Show over a chair.
he's talking to people, he's talking to people who come up to him and start talking to him and everything. And finally, I walk over to him and I sidle up to him and I said, Stevie, he says, oh, and he recognized my voice. He said, Alex. I said, yeah. I said, boy, you become too big a star. I mean, He said, what's that? Why? Well, what makes you say that? I said, you came in and you didn't even recognize me.
Ah,
Like I was
You
a
are going to hell.
And
that's awesome.
he loved that kind of humor.
Yeah.
He used to
Yeah.
call me, he
It's
used to
funny.
call me on the show and he would say, Alex, listen, I'm taking the car out for a drive. After the show's over, I could pick you up at the studio and we could go see, we can go out to he'd like to go out to, believe it or not, empty parking lots
Yes.
and drive a car. Yeah. But he was a great guy, but I haven't talked to him since. And I'm sure if I got a hold of him, he'd remember me.
Of course.
Of course he would, yeah.
But getting a hold of him is the hard part. Once you lose track of
Yeah.
somebody who's famous and you don't either have their phone number, you don't have their contacts or whatever, that's it. You have a very hard time getting a hold of them because you'll call up like their people and say, oh, I know Stevie from way back when. And they will go, well, sure you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
And I go, would you let him know that Alex called? And the guy's never going to tell him.
Right.
No.
So, I mean, that's what happens. Their people become so protective of them to begin with. And the fact that you don't matter, you just don't matter. So, there are a lot of people I'd like to get a hold of that I haven't talked to in a long time.
I just found Stevie Wonder's manager's email.
Nice.
It's Rob Light is his name, and his
Oh.
email is rlight@caa.com.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
He would probably ignore you, just like you
Probably
said.
ignore
though.
me,
Yeah.
Hey, some schmuck called saying he knew Stevie when. Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, hey, she's
Hi,
going.
man.
Hi.
I
Oh,
gotta go too.
she's going. Well, you know something? You're all going because I.
Have a good night.
By the way, there's a guy who writes me all the time, and he's a fan of the show and the Monday show, and I like that. But he said to me, he said, I got a great idea. Why don't you go an hour and a half?
Yeah.
And I said, have you asked the people who call the show whether they want to go an hour and a half? They have lives too.
No.
Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
Mandy's the only one working now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, right. Well, now that you're not working, you'll probably do my show while I'm gone.
Oh yeah, no, I'll meet you on the boat. Don't worry.
Yeah. Anyway, Marjorie, thank you so much for being here today. You haven't said a word.
I did too. I said a couple things.
Uh,
the boat.
yeah, yes. And of course, Paula, always wonderful having you here. Francine, thank you for the review of the Downton Abbey
You're
movie.
very welcome.
Charlie, thank you for being here as always. Len LaFrisco from Frisco, but don't call it Frisco. Also, thank you to Scott Boddicker. Always like having you here. Oh, look, she hasn't really left yet,
She left her computer on.
but there's Mandy. Yeah, oh, maybe she left the computer on, but I think she uses her phone. I don't know. Anyway, and thank you to Brian. If you need a job, I can get you one over here at Gabnet.
Gabnet Bucks, is that how you pay me?
Yeah.
At Bugs. Jeffrey, you haven't said anything today, but it's good having you here anyway.
Thank you.
And thanks to Ray. Ray, you should do this more often. We'll see you all again next week, and then we're off for a couple of weeks, which we haven't done with this show in a long time. And
Ever,
we
yeah.
sign off the program with the immortal words of Edward Berger, who says,
That's all, folks.
Okay, everybody. Bye bye.
Thank you, Alex. Have a great week.
Okay. Bye bye.